Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Mannheim Line map. We've got Mage from NW clan. He is in the Tier 8 French heavy tank, the AMX 5100. It's an auto-loading tank, as a lot of French tanks are, with a coaxial turret, and it's got a 6-shot gun. Let's see if he's got a top gun on this one. So we've got a 100mm gun. There we go. Yeah, so average damage 300 and 232 pen for the standard round, and APCR 263 pen and 1250 for the premium round. He's loading the premium round. Assume he's marking the tank, and he's found an ML 1951 crossing. Puts one shot into there. With auto loaders, you've got to make a decision when you want to reload. But 6 shots in the clip, yeah, you probably want to auto reload if you use the third round, or etc. about that. So what you don't want to do is stand out in the middle and put the try and unload your clip. So it helps to have a bit of hard cover like Mage has. Let's just have a look at his gun. It's got some marks of excellence on it. So he's got 2 marks, so yeah, he's definitely trying to 3-mark this tank. Just go back to Mage's view here. Now, one other feature, or slightly disappointing aspects of the AMX 5100 is the armour is not very strong. So really got to treat it like a bit of a glass cannon, and there you go, no hose, just shot and missed, so we know he's on a reload. So that gives a chance to put a couple of shots in.
Stop your advance.
So he's trying to get some advice to his team about pushing too far, particularly that T25-2 has gone way out in front, and it's a bit hard to support because most of the tanks on that side are down below, so no need to sacrifice your teammates or have them sacrifice themselves too early in the game. Anyway, he's on the reload now. He's used 3 shots, so good time to reload, particularly as there's no targets. And yeah, just waiting in cover while that's happening. So it's always characteristic of the auto reloading game that you've really got to have some hard cover to fall back into when you're reloading. And he's found that Oho again. Can he punish him again? He hasn't been spotted yet, so that's good. Yeah, he's got a bit of a shot there, but that didn't seem to hit anything. That one didn't hit anything either. That's the Oho pull back, can't tell. So he fires a few more shots in there, but no result that he could see, so a bit disappointing, but particularly when using your premium rounds, but sometimes you just got to take that risk. Alright, so his team's starting to get into a bit of a hole. They're 2,000 hit points down and they're 1 tank down. It's early in the game, so it's still in the first 5 minutes, but things not looking so good. The 65T down below is being punished as the AMX M4. So 3 French heavy tanks in one area. It's not really a good recipe. And he hasn't reloaded yet, now he's been spotted. Can he get a shot into this Oho? I think he will be able to. And he does take a hit, so but he can afford to put a few more in before the Oho fires back. And it's taken 2 hits now. Actually, the first one was from an SU-130PM, so and then bounces the next round from the SU-130PM. That is really fortunate. That would have taken him right down to 100 hit points or so. Not the sort of thing you want early in the game, but he knows he can't take on those enemy tanks down below, the King Tiger and the other tank there. So pulls back here up basically to try and get a safer place. Now the T25-2 is above them, but I think like he's going down to mix with them. That won't turn out well. 2 tanks versus 1. Don't see how he would do well in that situation. Maybe thought he was going to get some support. Well, the T25-2 does take out one of the 2 tanks there, but the King Tiger takes out the T25-2. Alright, he's found a couple of tanks, enemy tanks coming a different way. The Chi-Ri, the first tank misses, as does the second one. He's been spotted. He finally gets a shot into the GV. Gets one more shot in. And will he get another shot in? He does, but it's just not hitting, so he waits for his next shot. And he gets the kill. So it was a bit lucky there. He did bounce an incoming round, but he did lose another bit of hit points. So he's now down to his bottom third of hit points. So he wants to basically conserve here. And if you look at the scoreline, they're still down in hit points. And they're 3 tanks down in guns. So not looking too good. Now the good thing is he's got a reasonably powerful position here. He's got the cover of the bushes when he wants to pop up in a relatively flat spot, so that even with his relatively poor gun depression he can level out and get his gun on. He does get some cover then from both the left and the right. We do expect tanks to come up from the left, particularly the King Tiger hasn't been seen for a little while. And we can see there's a IS-2 or something. Oh, there's the King Tiger. Gets a nice shot at the King Tiger. King Tiger, in fact, doesn't notice. Oh, his second shot doesn't go in, and there's an SU-130 PM that shot him before. But he gets a kill on a Pershing, and King Tiger goes down as well. So, in all of that, he's been brought down to 33 hit points. So, he's basically taken another hit from the SU-130 PM, and he is ready to be wiped out of the game. So how can he protect his position, get shots off without being spotted too early? That will allow him to pull back to cover. It is really risky here, but again, he's got a pretty strong position. If you can take the best advantage of it, then he'll be okay. Now it looks like this U-130 doesn't want to push, and there's a Super Hellcat. Did he get spotted? No, not at this point, but he's still on the reload, so he doesn't want to take the chance of getting out up to the top until he's ready to fire, and he'll probably get one shot off after he fires before being spotted. So he'll probably take one shot and then fall back. Just doesn't need to risk his remaining hit points just to get a kill. He's got a Panther 2 in front of him who's on the ramp and will help spot the incoming tanks, particularly where that SU-130 PM is, and that's what's not happening there. Can he get a shot on the SU-130 PM? No, he can't, but does get some spotting damage out of that. So that's interesting. So it looks like he's spotting that tank as well. Or sharing the spotting with the Panther 2 is probably the more accurate statement. That's interesting. The tanks on the north side haven't really pushed in. It's quite a bit of defence up there. And the enemy just being a bit slow here. Well, not slow, slowing it down. He does fire there on the SU-130 PM, and as you can see, he gets spotted straight away. So pulls back down. He's got plenty of hard cover right here, so no chance of being shot. As long as he doesn't take too many risks, but of course they know he's here. Or that Super Hellcat comes up, you'll know he's here, and couldn't put in a blind shot without being spotted necessarily. So there's a bit of a risk now. If he keeps popping up the same position, that's what's going to happen. Okay, there's the Super Hellcat. Gets a chance to put a shot in, which he does. Super Hellcat fires back, luckily it goes over the top. So he does get spotted. Now, as you know, the 6th sense indicator only comes on 2 seconds after you've been spotted, so you've got to assume you're being spotted straight away, which is really what's happening. It's really up to the other tank to notice you once you've been spotted. But luckily the Super Hellcat wasn't aiming directly there. And now he's found a Charioteer. This Charioteer should know that Mage is here. He's been spotted multiple times now. Can he get a shot in on the Charioteer? Now the Charioteer would have also known he's been spotted, so he's probably trying to think, okay, if I've been spotted here, let's try and find another spot. No, he's coming up. Oh, he's behind the rock there, so... Oh, nice. Oh, that was a different tank actually, not the Charioteer, that was a T-25 too, so that was just a lucky kill, and gives Mage his 4th kill. And there's only 5 minutes left in the game. They're now 9 all, so they've evened out on the tanks. Still a little bit down on hit points, but it's actually become pretty even. There's the Super Hellcat. Fires towards, well, they both fire towards each other. Both are spotted, but Major shot doesn't go in, and luckily the Super Hellcats doesn't either. So still spotted. They know where he is, so they're all going to be aiming at this position. The question is, are they going to keep coming from the front, or are they going to change the angle and come around to north? So there's an AMX 1375. It hasn't been seen for a little while. It's the IS-2S, E25. We don't know what their state is, but we can assume they're probably as knocked about as Mage's team, given they're the same number of tanks on each side and they're the same hit points. So Mage down to 33 points, the Panther 2 down on 30. We haven't looked around at the other tanks there, but we can assume that they're all relatively damaged. So KV-13 pushing up a bit on the north. Is he going to spot anyone? He hasn't spotted anyone. Just going to look over there just yet to see whether he's lost any health. Certainly the health indicators are not going down, so that's a good sign. Okay, here we go. Charioteer been spotted again. Mage pulls down, but he hasn't been spotted this time. So probably what he wants to happen is the Charioteer just commits a bit more. That way he stays as a target longer. Find it harder to back down. Okay, Charioteer is now going after the Panther 2, which he's successfully done. Maybe he's going up there to look. He's certainly pointed that way. One more shot, he'll get the kill, which he does. So luckily the turret facing the other way, no real risk there, but it's getting spotted. And they've taken out the AMX 1375. Oh, and there's the Super Hell coming after him, takes a shot but misses, and luckily Mage gets the kill the other way. So that's 6 kills to Mage now. That's got him his top gun. There's 3 tanks left on the enemy side. They've now got a substantial lead. They didn't lose any hit points through that. Enemy down to 526 across 3 tanks, so you know they're all seriously damaged. Mage is popping up here looking for that SU-130 PM, and the team has gone off after the IS-2S and they've managed to take them out. So team moving across the north, 3 of them going that way, and Mage is going to come down the south, it looks like. They've only got 2.5 minutes to go, so if they don't find those remaining 2 tanks, then they're just going to end up in a draw. So they've really got to start to take action now. So even with your 33 hit points, motor on to the base is really the best thing to do. So it's just being a little cautious coming around the corner in case that SU-130 PM is waiting, but that'll be a good thing. Oh, of course you can't take a hit, so it comes down low. There's certainly one way to staying in cover all the way around to the sort of 4 line. I assume the enemy, with their small amount of hit points, have pulled back. It's only 2 minutes to go now. They really need to be motoring. They just switch back to standard rounds, knowing the targets he's got left don't need the extra penetration. And they've got visual coverage from the Striven KV-13, so they know the SU-130 PM is there. It's been spotted. You can assume that the E25 is there. Look at the SU-130 PM is on 137 hit points. To start capping or find both of those tanks and kill them, but we've got no idea where the E25 is. Very high camo tank, could be just about anywhere. And kill the SU, but then you get 3 tanks on cap. Well, I got 2 on already, so this could be a win by capping. They've taken enough time there. Oh, and there's the E25. Oh, what an amazing shot there. Mage gets the kill. 7 kills there. The Strip has gone after the SU-130 PM and has lost a lot of health, so the SU-130 PM is on reload, and if you focused on the Strip, they both bumped into each other. The SU takes out the Strip, so he'll be on reload again. Mage asking for the kill here. He wants to get his Radley Walters, and can he get the kill? Yes, he does. Alright, so just before they cap the base out, he gets the last kill, and that is the end of the game. Alright, so that position really paid off, not just with the way he held it, but also the patience to wait for the enemies to come onto his gun. And here are the rewards, quite a lot of them. So 3.7k of damage earned him the High Caliber award for doing the most damage in the game and at least 20% of the hit pool. Now that's always going to be a lesser amount when there's lower tiers, as there are obviously the lower tiers don't have as many hit points in them. He got 8 kills, which gave him both the Top Gun and the coveted Radley Walters medal, and also the Spartan Award for surviving a ricochet when he had less than 10% of his hit points, as we saw. And along with that, nice rewards, particularly with the XP and the bonds. And it's Tech 3 tank, so yeah, credits won't be a big side of things, but the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge award as well. So team score, he's finished on top with a base experience of 1541, so good level of base. And the next best player, there was the IKV 90 with over 3k damage, and the Striv did over 2k, so those 3 tanks and TDs as well basically helped carry the game. Particularly the RKB, that's not an easy TD to play, I've got to say, in my personal experience, and I think that's a tier 7 if I'm not mistaken. And on the enemy side, the SU-130 PM did over 3k, and the rest of them, none of them did over 2k, so that would have been disappointing. In any case, great game there from Mage. Let's see how the details worked out. 32 shots fired. That's a lot of shots paid out in the game, but it did really last almost the whole length of the match. 20 hits and 17 pens. He did put in a few blind shots, as we saw, so that sort of explains some of that. He did have some personal reserves running, which always helps, and a great expenditure on ammunition, as we saw him pretty much using his premium ammunition most of the game, and some consumables. So he did make a loss of 56k, but that's the price you pay chasing the third mark of excellence. Anyway, another great game there from Mage. If you want, you can find some other games from him on this channel. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure that's on your to-do list. Thanks very much for watching.